Hi, I'm Lance Wilson. Something is not right on Studio Chatter.
I'm Matt Harrison, and we have taken over the studio.
And I'm Brandon Gordon. We're taking no prisoners today.
So, sit back, ladies and gents, and welcome to Studio Chatter Man Style.
Welcome to Studio Chatter Man Style. How we all doing, guys?
Awesome.
Cool.
Good. I think right now we're actually supposed to do what the ladies do. They have a chat list. You got a chat list?
Chat list?
Yeah.
That helps you decide what to talk about?
Who needs a chat list?
Chat list. Get your heart out.
Yeah.
Come on.
You don't need no script.
No script here.
Yeah. This is all on the cuff. We don't
Yep.
need no chat list.
We got bacon, and I'm sure Afua, if we leave it here, she would love to fry it up a little later. I don't know if you guys have seen enough of the show, but she's very fond of bacon. Loves a lot of red meat, likes the rich carnivore type things of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I can see Stacy taking the donuts with her.
She likes her donuts.
Hey, cowboy donuts.
A lot of the girls they have their own Studio Chatter mugs.
Yeah.
I built my own. I rode a well in Utah Lake one day, and so in memory of it, I decided to build my own manly mug.
Yeah.
And
This is
that's
the
what I
manly
brought
show.
I had my gun hanging on the gun rack in the back window of my pickup, and I hurried and grabbed that and brought that in. And you know,
That's the
thank
70th
goodness.
anniversary
Yeah.
edition, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a 30-aught Lance.
Yeah. That's a good one.
I like that name, Lance.
What are some other things that we have here, Matt?
Well, you know, you can't be manly without a little lifting weights. I mean, we all want to, we all want to look good. I mean, so a little
Yeah.
pumping up now and then.
Little pumping
I
up.
thought maybe we could do a little shaving demonstration a little later. You know, get in there and just kind of.
The Jack Hawk 9000.
Hey, and shaving, I actually just went to a new barber shop here in town, and they actually shave your hair.
Really?
Or shave, the neckline.
neck.
They actually shave it it's a barber style shave, and it was really nice.
Was that bikini cuts?
No, like I say, we need to have the
It
city
was-
bring in a bikini cuts someday. I mean,
The
you can make that happen.
city's been actively pursuing them to come to town, but we're having more success with Clippendales.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, they don't have anywhere to keep their scissors though, so I guess it's kind of a health department issue right now. But the gals in here, they talk about shopping and they talk about the spas and salons and things. I mean, what's your biggest pet peeve about shopping?
Shopping.
Plain and simple.
Shopping. I can't get out of the store fast enough.
It's that most expensive thing in the store. They don't even know what the price is, but they go to it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Lance, how old's your oldest daughter?
13.
13. Well,
Just wait.
me and Matt, we'll tell you about shopping for prom dresses.
Oh my.
Oh, there you go.
And
Save up now. I hope.
yeah, it's not uncommon to spend $1,000 on a prom dress.
For how many nights?
How many hours?
Oh,
Yeah.
not even a night, 1 hour.
Yeah.
2 hours.
You need one per each dance. I mean, I don't know why you can't wear it twice. I mean, right? I mean, I wore the same shirt to the same dance. I mean,
This is
just wait.
Yeah. Well,
Just wait.
None of that in this show
no,
today.
I was going to
Yeah,
say
okay.
this is called manly takeover.
Exactly. We're going to have some of the
Studio
manliest men in Spanish Fork on this show today.
Well, because, when girls take their girls' nights out, they call it a girls' night out. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm sure your wives have a girls' night out, or they bunko. I mean, none of that here.
No,
I mean,
no.
no.
Bunko. Where are you, Heather Yowd?
I mean,
Absolutely.
we want to go to the ballpark, or we want to go up to the canyon.
Okay. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I feel better already getting all that off our chest, what we don't want to talk about. So coming up next, we will meet a true Spanish Fork man. Sit down. We aren't done yet.
Hey, well, welcome back to the fun, Man Style. Say hi to our new friend here. This is Cade Swenson. He was recently crowned Mr. Spanish Fork.
Yeah.
How was that?
Well, it was exciting, I guess.
So, what's this story I hear that you rode in on a horse? I didn't hear about that till now, so I'm interested.
So, my talent, you have a talent. Well, you got your swimming suit portion, you've got your talent portion, you got your essay question or whatever you call it. So for my talent, I came down the aisle singing Rhinestone Cowboy, Glenn Campbell's Rhinestone Cowboy, in this big cowboy duster. And when I got on stage, Rhinestone Cowboy, strip your coat off, and I'm wearing this bedazzled rhinestone suit. Everybody's excited about that. And then in between the first and second verse, I ran off stage and rode in on my horse, singing, waving my hat around. So.
Oh, wow.
Robert Redford eat his heart out.
Well, see, Brandon,
He's a manly man.
Well, that's why we need to get bikini cuts here, because I'm sure he got that done before that.
There was some grooming that has to happen in the pageant.
Yeah.
And Natasha could probably tell you.
She probably could.
About that. Our Miss Spanish Fork director, but what did you have to do before Mr. Spanish Fork to get ready? I understand that you just threw it together after 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah, I just kind of threw everything together. Well, that bedazzled rhinestone suit, I made that myself, so I couldn't find one at the store.
You didn't take that from your dad? I thought your dad maybe had.
Well, he might have.
Okay.
I went to DI and found this white jumpsuit. I had a pocket and belt loops and everything. I said, well, here we go. So I got my hot glue gun out, and I had my friends help me.
Nice.
Hot glue gun some bedazzles on there.
Bedazzles
What
on there.
is more manly than
What
that?
more manly than bedazzling?
Guy.
24th parade. That's what we
Bedazzle
need.
things?
In fact, yeah.
Singing the Rhinestone Cowboy,
Singing Rhinestone
going
Cowboy.
down.
Maybe he could sing the national anthem at the Fiesta Days Rodeo.
Yeah.
on that garb.
Yeah. Is it true you built the hospital that you were born in?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
But you helped build this
I did
set.
help build this set.
That's what's more manly than that?
Well,
I don't know much more.
So where's your horse now? Is he back down on the farm?
Yep.
What's his name?
Well, so here's the thing. None of my horses could do it right on the stage like that. I thought they could. They go up the mountain just fine, but on the stage couldn't do it. So I asked Nicole Ivy, who does rodeo queen stuff. I said, could I borrow one of your horses? And she said, I don't know if my queen horses could do it, but I've got a horse that's older than dirt that you can't scare to do anything. So it did great. I wasn't sure what its name was.
Older than dirt.
Older than dirt.
Is it named Mayor Steve Leifson?
It might be. It might be.
Okay. Just checking. Okay.
I thought for sure maybe it would have been Steve Money's horse, but
Well, I tell you what.
yeah.
So how many other contestants was there this year in that? I went and watched one actually a couple years ago, and they're pretty interesting. I don't know if they had it. I guess they probably did, but I never remember.
Yeah, we don't know where you were.
I don't know. And,
Brandon, he was Mr. Spanish Fork 4 years in a row. They just couldn't get him out of the school.
Do they still have Mr. Mistletoe?
I don't think so, no.
That was Mr. Mistletoe.
Or yeah.
Hey, me too.
95. Yeah.
96.
Congratulations. I'm proud of you. It must run in the family. That's amazing. That's amazing. Well,
That's not very manly.
Well,
Yeah.
what, kissing a lot of girls to
No.
bring home the title?
Well,
Hey, so what are your duties then, as now that you are Mr. Spanish Fork? Like, what are your duties now? I mean,
I don't think I have anything. They gave me the crown and sash and said, well, there you go. That's about it. I wish that like a big platform and I could go to the parades and the
you
rodeos,
think
but
they should do that?
I think you should get special attention from all of the Lost
Yeah.
Cholitas because they're the ones that put this on. It's a fundraiser for them, right?
Yeah.
So you should get like a date once a week with every Lost Cholita. I'm not saying they ought to kiss him, but that should be
Hey, no,
at least
that
encouraged,
should be required.
right?
should be in the rule book.
Yeah. Emma Barrett, where are you? Get on this guy. Let's do it.
Yep. That's. I tell you what. I'm speechless having a daughter that's a lost Cholita.
That's right. I forgot that we.
Oh, Brandon.
Hey, your days are coming to an end here. You're a senior, right? You're gonna
I'm a
graduate.
senior.
Wow. And then on to Mr. Utah,
Yep, that's
Mr.
my
Universe.
next step, I guess.
Mr. Universe.
Mr. Universe.
Back to bikini cuts.
Yep. Yep.
A lot of bacon and eggs if
So-
you want to keep that body.
So with April Fools coming up, is there any type of pranks that you like to do that you got lined up?
Yeah. I don't have anything planned. One year in elementary school, I went all out. And I'd go and I'd put sticky notes on the bottom of everybody's mouse, and so you'd screw it up. And I went and put signs on all the doors saying, "Don't use this door," so nobody knew where to go in. But I don't know. I don't know any good pranks. So
Well, if you can do a bedazzled jacket, I'm sure
Yeah.
you could come up with something.
I just remembered one time, it was around Christmas, and I went and picked up every Christmas tree, not every, but a whole bunch of Christmas trees that people go and leave on their sidewalk to
You listening to
men
this,
pick
Brandon?
up. And I went and I picked up all the trees, and I just covered this girl's lawn, just covered them. So it's like a forest, just stuck them in the snow, standing up. So she comes out her door one day to go to school, and it's just a big, huge forest on her front lawn. She didn't know what to do. So
Very nice.
That's a pretty good one. You've got a horse, and horses make manure.
Yeah.
So I could suggest something.
Yep.
You could take someone's toothbrushes and their iPhone
Love
and
that.
take pictures of their toothbrushes in the manure.
Love that.
And then put everything back, and then when they're strumming through their pictures, you took one
Yeah.
of their toothbrushes, and they later
and
discover
hopefully
that.
it's like a week later after they've used their
Yeah,
toothbrush.
yeah, it worked better with disposable cameras in the '90s, but anyway, you'll come up with some good jokes for April Fool's Day. Thanks, Cade. Coming right up, we'll be talking big trucks and fast cars. Put that remote down. We are serious.
Welcome back to our studio chatter takeover. If anyone knows about big trucks and fast cars, it's our friend Todd Dickerson from Dickerson Automotive. Todd, you probably know quite a bit about cars and trucks, right?
Yes, I do. I've been working in a shop. As a matter of fact, right here locally, Ken Service, that's where Carl's Jr. used to be. I started working there when I was 14 years old, and after I got out of high school, I've followed that my whole career. So, yeah, I know quite a bit about
The
them.
20s were good to you.
Yes.
Well,
Yes, I'm long past the 20s.
he does got a car lot in Spanish Fork. I hope he knows a lot about cars because
You sell more
Otherwise, you know-
cars than anybody else in town.
I don't sell many cars. I fix a lot of cars.
Yeah.
I sell a few now and then, but I don't really, that's not my thing. I'm into fixing them, yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite truck is a truck that's broke down.
Oh, I bet.
What is the ratio of trucks to cars?
I don't really know. I will say this is big truck country. You know, we see a lot of diesel pickups. I'd say it's probably about 35% trucks, 65% cars. So, yeah.
I had a truck that got 2 miles to the gallon. I was pretty proud of that back in 1982.
What kind of truck was it?
I don't remember, but
Tonka.
it was bad gas mileage.
why you drive a little bit and then you push it a little bit. Or,
Well, there's nothing more manly than bad gas mileage. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. The bad
I'm just
thing is
saying.
most of the trucks that were built in the 80s, the little Toyota Priuses have got about as much power as the trucks that were built in the 80s. So, yeah.
And you don't work on Priuses because they're not very manly.
Shh, don't tell anybody.
Okay, just checking.
We'll fix your Prius for you.
Is it true that you once killed 2 stones with 1 bird?
Yeah. Yeah, I really did.
The manliest of man.
I even shot a hummingbird with my wrist rocket. Right out of the air.
I'll tell you how
See,
manly
guys.
Todd is.
Okay.
Todd keeps dead animals frozen in his freezer at the shop. Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
I have firsthand experience.
Yes, I do.
So go down to Dickerson's and go ask him to show you.
We don't share that with the customers
Oh,
very
okay.
often.
No, I really. That's.
You forgot about
Our kid's
that, didn't
cat
you?
got run over, and it was the middle of winter, and they wanted to have a little burial for him, and everything was froze. So we took him down to the shop and put him in the fridge.
There was
Put
a
him on
story
ice for a
behind
while.
that.
It
We
really
showed up
was.
for a chamber party at Dickerson Automotive, and someone opened the fridge, and there's a dead cat in the freezer. How manly is that? That's pretty manly.
Yeah. Oh boy.
I'm just really tickled they let me use Stacy Beck's class today. So
Yeah.
I think
Hey,
I'm going to take
go
it
ahead,
home with
yeah.
me.
Go ahead
I'm not
and
going to
take
let her have it back.
No, don't take it home. Let her drink from it a little
Stacy,
later.
eat your heart.
Oh yeah, lick around
April
the
Fool's
top.
on that one.
Yeah, lick around the top and let's give it back. Hey, and don't
right.
clean it.
So then, can you put tractor tires on most cars?
You can do anything you want.
Oh boy.
You can put 50-inch tires on just about anything. So
Can you imagine the insurance rates on that bad boy?
Hey, I tell you what, the bigger the tire,
yeah.
the better the rate.
Insurance guys,
Yeah.
If my heating and air guy pulled up in a Pinto with tractor tires on it, I'd say he's manly. I don't even care what the bill looks
All
like.
right, Todd, you
Hey,
look for one.
pay the man.
Look for one.
Hey, anybody out there, the bigger the lift, the bigger the discount.
Hey, well,
Is
in
that-
Spanish
Spanish Fork, that's
if
how
you
we
don't
get it
have
done.
a lift,
Yeah.
you're not you're
not living.
Yesterday, they tore down the Reese Elementary School, and they talked about the coal chute down in the basement. You want to talk about rolling coal a little bit? What that means in the truck world, Todd?
Well, I'm not quite sure I'm following you on that, Brandon, but I will tell you, all that black smoke that those diesels put out, that's the same thing that coal miners get. It's called black lung disease.
Okie dokie.
So you really don't want to breathe too much of that.
Good thing we can't rod Maine anymore like we used to,
called-
because you know there's a lot more of them running around these parts now. So.
Yeah. Cruising Maine.
Yeah,
It's not
hey.
rodding Maine, it's cruising Maine.
We went and rodded Maine.
Rotted
Yeah.
Maine.
It was.
That's
let's
back
go
when we had
rod
two
Main Street.
7-Elevens, a Roy's Frosty Freeze, the Frost Top, and
Oh, yeah.
Glades, and
And you made
berries.
that flip, and you know you did as many times as you found enough. You know, fat enough of your friends to go. You know, we didn't have cell phones. I mean, what was a cell phone back then? You know?
Then when you wanted to drag race, you'd go down to Third West down there by the golf course, and you'd race from one set of railroad tracks to the next ones.
Yeah.
And nobody ever bothered you.
How far were those train tracks in between each other?
I haven't really measured it, but I'll bet you it's a little over a quarter mile.
I'm envisioning that scene from Meet the Parents. That wasn't very far, but I was just wondering if it was how far.
That's a little farther than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I remember going down in the boonies and you know down in the Benjamin Lakeshore area and going racing. You know.
All right, so Todd, tell me a little bit about lift kits, because we kind of talked about that just for a moment. What size of lift kits can I go? I mean, 2-inch up to 6-inch.
Well, they've done away with the state safety inspection program, so you can go as high as you want to.
Brandon,
now.
there you
So-
go.
And you know what? I love lift kits because you put lift kits on trucks and then you put those big old tires on there and things just wear out much faster. So it takes the life right out of your truck. So it's great for business.
Well, and once you get the lift kit, then you got to have the airbag on the back the back axle, so your truck doesn't sag when you're pulling your trailer.
But then you've got to lift your trailer.
So why don't more
there you
people
go.
lift their cars? I mean, well,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah, I don't understand it either. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of things,
You wanna-
Matt,
you
that
wanna
we don't
lift your-
understand.
Yeah, why not? You don't see a lot of cars around.
Why don't you lift that MLH van you got?
Well, no, I'm going to take my car down and get it lifted next week. Actually, we did it. We already are in the makings of it. Is it, you know, what? I can't remember what size we was going to go with, but
I think you want to go 35s
35 for sure.
and take an 8-inch lift.
It's you, buddy.
hey, well, thanks, Todd. Now is the moment for a bathroom break. I know I could use one, but don't start reading some books because we know Spanish Fork guys like, or we know what Spanish Fork guys are like,
That's right.
and it's coming right up.
Well, thank you, gentlemen, for letting me be a part of Studio Chatter. And Stacy, thanks again for letting me use your mug.
Hey, this is not a makeover; it's a takeover.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Take over.
Exactly. What do we like? Baseball. And here's our SF-17 resident pro about baseball, Goose Beardall. Goose, is it true that the Guinness Book of World Records is your diary?
Well, I got a thick book home about like that of all the great players and all the players that weren't so great. So yeah, I got a nice copy of a baseball digest. So
Cool.
Yeah.
Your wife used to sit down at the ballpark. I'd watch her, and she knows how to fill out a book.
she's seen more games than anybody in this town.
So we're all on that list, right?
That's right.
We could write you in.
It's April Fool's Day segment, so you can just lie. Anything goes, Goose.
Wow, really?
It's April Fool's.
Baseball pants. How many pairs does Goose Beardall own? That's what everyone wants to know.
Oh, I probably got at least 10 pairs. Try to have the different colors for the different tops. Different
4 pairs of
jerseys.
socks for every pair of pants.
Oh yeah, we got plenty of socks. Oh yeah.
Coach Hugh used to say, "A day without blood is like a day without sunshine." Who coached you when you were at Spanish Fork High School?
That was Bob Evans.
Bob Evans.
He was the band. He was the chorus teacher.
Huh.
Wow.
So he had a little background in baseball. He did the best he could, but his forte was music.
Spanish Fork baseball team back in your era, they went pretty far in the state tournament, if I remember. I mean, my dad was on that team.
Yeah.
Steve Gardner, who played in the pros. You had quite a few ballers on that team.
Oh
if I
yeah.
remember.
We got beat out twice, 2 years in a row by Highland. 3-2. Same score.
State championship game.
Well, it wasn't the championship. It was the quarterfinals. It was to get to the semis. And Highland knocked us out 2 years in a row, 3-2. Now, what's the odds on that?
Wow.
Well, living here in Spanish Fork, we all know baseball is Spanish Fork. So what I'm saying, when you was a kid, was it as big then as it is now? I mean, has it always been like this?
Well, back then we didn't have accelerated.
Yeah.
And everybody in town played.
Well, I didn't have accelerated when we was
You guys,
going through it too. So
I mean, you still have the JC field, the Fireman field, the Kiwanis field.
And then we played on the Pony, which they renamed the Rotary Field.
Okay.
And yeah, we didn't have the accelerated program, so everybody in town that wanted to play baseball signed up for city ball.
Yep.
So I have a little spot in my heart for city ball.
Yep.
And coached for how many years?
44.
44, up until, what, 3 years ago was your last year? 4?
Yeah. I helped Lane Shepard coach the Genola Bullfrog.
Oh, that don't count. That don't count.
And last year was with my nephew, Mason McClellan, Brock Beckstrom,
Yeah.
Brady Gordon.
Yep.
Yeah, we
good
had
year.
we had a good bunch, tied for second. And I found out, Mason found out, went to a baseball camp last fall. They got talking Pony League.
Yeah.
And this kid, he spoke up and he said, "Oh, yeah, I was in that. I was from Moab." Really? And Mason said, "I couldn't pitch that last game because I was out of outs." Now get this. And I want to make sure that this gets on the air. He says, "Yeah, I was out of outs too, but I pitched anyway." We end up getting beat 9-8 on a walk-off home run by this kid.
And he was out of outs.
He was out of outs. And so you guys out there that think that you're going to be dishonest to be a winner, I'm telling you right now, no, don't even go there.
You know what else they did, Goose, in that game? They didn't play all their kids. Remember that they had a heavy-set boy on their bench the whole game.
Had a
They
heavy-set
wouldn't play
kid,
him.
and another kid didn't play him. And
That heavy-set kid's got a little place right here in my heart. That was me. You know what I'm saying? But I remember that game specifically over in Lehigh, and they wouldn't play all their players, but Goose did, and it was down to the wire.
yep,
Hey, I hate to bring this up, Goose, but I did coach in Pony League. I mean, I remember you being the coach when I was there, but I actually coached for 2 years, and I won a state championship. I remember beating those Angels 2 times. I mean, I hate to rub that in, but you know.
is that the red?
That's probably not smart,
the
Matt,
Reds?
with all these weapons on the table. Why don't you bring
Hey, well, Matt and I played on the same Pony League team when we were kids. Our coach was Larry Gardner.
Yeah.
Larry Gardner, we were the Phillies. So Pony League back then was the farm league for high school baseball team. That's where Shue and Whites would come down and scout out all of their future prospects, was out of the Pony League.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Ballpark hamburgers have changed a little bit over the years.
No, they're not even close.
Not even
Well,
close.
Verona Andrews hasn't been
You're right.
It's because they don't let the teams in to cook the hamburgers.
That's the deal.
What's the best hamburger in Spanish Fork then right now?
Well, the best burger in town is the Goose Burger at Berry's.
Goose burger at
There you
Barry's.
go.
So go get a Goose burger. Hey, but you know,
Fries and white sauce.
Real quick,
Monday
we gotta bring something up that's pretty cool. And you know, Goose is used to. You know, Goose is on the other side. Everybody knows Goose Gone Wild show, but I don't know if everybody knows that Goose was inducted into Utah State Softball Hall of Fame last year. That's a pretty cool honor. So I mean, just tell us a little bit about that.
Well, my wife nominated me, and she got a bunch of clippings from BYU Library because they're big on clippings. They want proof that you were that good. And I played 18 years fast pitch, won a state title in '79 with Pages, the Harrison boys, Grandpa Barry, and all that. Sponsored us. Best team that Spanish Fork ever had, fast pitch. And she nominated me and sent in all that little resume of what we had done. I guess they liked what they seen, and so last July 7th we were inducted in the State Hall of Fame. We're the only one, first one from Spanish Fork, which I'm honored. Sometimes you don't get a lot of praise and compliments and thanks for the things you do, but that means a lot to me because that's by people that don't never seen me play.
Yeah.
But they went on the clippings and things of that nature, and so yeah.
Yeah, that's a big honor, and you well deserve that honor. So
I appreciate that.
You well deserve it.
I have a vivid memory, Goose, of, it was a few years ago, but I was walking into one of the ball fields with my little boy to go to a ball game, and I looked over and there was a team that had just finished, and they were out in the outfield having a little discussion, and in the middle of them was their coach, Goose Beardall, over there, and they were just having a post-game, recap of how the game went, and you were getting after him, but you were letting him know how important it was to work hard and play hard and keep your chin up and do all the things that ball players need to learn. And the hair stuck up on the back of my neck, and I just thought, man, if those kids realize how lucky they are to have that guy in the middle of them talking to them and coaching them, they wouldn't forget any of what he said. And I just, that's what Spanish Fork baseball is all about, is we have so many people like Goose that are out there in the community wanting to make a difference, not just so that they can be good ball players, but so they can be good people.
Yeah, Goose, you'll never know the ripple effects of all the wonderful lives that you've been able to touch. I mean, I'm sure there's young men that want to be like you when they grow up, and they got to know that they got to train 20 hours a day and lift big old cars and big bales of hay, and that's how they'll get to it, right? You didn't become a good softball player overnight.
No, it's all about grit.
Yep.
And you know what grit is? The mental toughness.
Yeah.
After my son was killed, you don't think that took mental toughness?
Yeah.
That took some grit? A lot of people thought that we should have been over Lance's death in 6 months. No. When you're that close to somebody and you love somebody that much, you're not over them in 6 months.
Yeah.
You know what? You're never over it, right? That's just how it is. You just learn how to go day to day without,
So it's all about attitude. I've been around some guys that get a little hangnail and they can't play.
Yeah.
I had them in my PE class. Coach, I can't dress today. Got a little hangnail. Really?
Wasn't that your excuse every day?
Again,
Couldn't sweep the floors at the gym because had a
super
hangnail.
sweepers. We need super sweepers in the community, okay?
Well, thanks. Really, this is an honor to have you on the show with us today. So, what a great April 1st celebration with Goose Beardall. So, thank you. Some might call him Mr. Rodeo, but we call him Mr. Money. Coming up next.
We are honored to have Mr. Stephen Money with us today. He may be Mr. Rodeo, but he's also Mr. Outdoors. Welcome to our takeover.
Hey, thank you for having me. This is pretty awesome here.
Absolutely.
I just wondered when we're going to start with that bacon and eggs up
Well,
there.
we're going to get there. We're going to get there. Is it true that you like to use pepper spray to season your meat? I mean, I know you're a manly man.
No, just
He's the
pepper and
man.
salt. Just pepper and salt.
Just salt and pepper. Okay,
Yeah.
your wife said you had high blood pressure.
Hey, on
Too much
a
salt.
note though, we gotta tell everybody that Steve just got back to join us here after he's been working cattle all day.
Yes.
Retirement does good for
Yes,
you, right?
it,
That's what you're doing these days, huh?
It is. It's really good. You get to be outdoors a lot and do the things you want, and so it's quite enjoying, you know. My cousin's running the Money's farm now, and you've got a couple hundred head, and they're all calving, and so you get down there and sort them off and help the ones that are having a little trouble in that. So I've been down there all morning, so pretty neat.
So how
Pretty
many
neat, yeah,
how
so-
many do you run? How many?
He's got 200 head mother cows.
That's where
And then the
Natasha is right now. She's up her running cattle as well.
Well, this is
She's just because she's got to come to the studio chatter later tonight, but she's quite the cattle gal. She may come on as a Miss Spanish Fork pageant director, but she knows how to run the cattle as well.
It's good. It's a pleasure to get out there and see them, and then see the new life born and the process it takes. You know, and every year we take them up in the canyon, turn them out there, and then gather them all fall. And so, where I wasn't working anymore, I got to go up there and ride my horse all fall. And I rode my horse last year and a half for the last 10 years.
You were up Diamond Fork.
Yes.
Which brings a whole new, emphasis to the Diamond Fork Riding Club, because they're actually riding Diamond Fork Canyon. That's where you were herding cattle.
Yeah, that's true.
That's right.
Is that where you shot that deer?
47 point, Brandon.
47
point. This big.
Wow. What year was that?
That was last year.
Last year.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. It was just last October.
It was on a doe permit.
He was working still, so you
Well,
probably missed
what
it.
he did was he came down off of West Mountain,
Okay.
and he ran right through Benjamin and out into Lake Shore, and he was right in front of your dad's house.
Okay.
That's where I shot him. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you did have a doe permit, clearly.
Yeah, exactly.
To get that 47 point.
Dale Cornaby was duck hunting in the same spot.
Oh,
so-
okay. Sure.
Yeah. He keeps a shotgun in his truck. I had a rifle in mine, and that's how we do it down here in Spanish Fork.
47 point would probably rival that 430 elk that I shot a couple of years ago,
Yeah.
just out on Sandy Beach.
Sandy Beach.
You know?
Yeah. Hey, well, if you're gonna tell bragging stories, when I was down there, I caught a 30-pound rainbow trout, but I actually caught up the res.
You were up
Spanish Fork res.
I thought the police had said something about that.
Were you in Steve and Richard Davis's fishing class last fall when you caught that?
Hey, I'm not gonna say where I was and who I was with, but
Tell us, how many kids do you get in that fishing class that you put on up at the reservoir?
We just started it last week, and each instructor has about 6 kids in each one. And it's pretty neat. You know, Bronco Hunter's in charge of that
Yeah.
with the rec department. And that's a lot of fun. Some of them kids have never caught a fish before.
Yeah.
And so it's
cool.
pretty interesting. In fact, that's where we go tonight when we get done with here.
So if it rains, you guys make a mad dash for Steve's pickup truck, and I want to know, what is the movie playing inside the console of your pickup?
It's still sitting right there. Lonesome Dove.
Lonesome Dove, I swear. Yeah.
I took him more for an eagle guy, but doves are, not real manly. But that's okay. What kind of dog do you
Brandon,
have, Steve?
I'm just pity the fool.
I have a short hair pointer.
Short hair
Cross.
pointer.
Cross. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, right there.
Okay.
What kind do you have, Brandon?
Border Collie Corgi mix.
Border Collie.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't do much with her, but
So,
you too.
Steve, tell us a little bit about this last year's NFR. You were down in Las Vegas and won a special award. Maybe tell our viewers a little bit about what you achieved and what you were awarded last December.
It was kind of a dream come true. It really was. It was real good. Dale Robinson, my supervisor, called me in the office and told me I was selected as John Justin Committee Man of the Year, and it was kind of emotional to me. And of all the hundreds of thousands of volunteers, they picked me, the first one from Utah, and went down there and got to go in the stagecoach on the NFR, and it was unbelievable. It was truly a real neat experience. It was real good. Got a bunch of
Congratulations.
yeah, congratulations on that.
You finally got in the dirt in the NFR.
Yeah.
awards. I worked down there behind the bucking chutes.
Did you really?
I have worked there for the last, 5 years.
Wow.
So I work on the
So you still
bucking
going
chute.
down?
Yeah.
Been doing it.
Yep, that's pretty good.
Hey, well, it's springtime. Easter's coming up. It's starting of camping season. Are you a big camper?
Oh, you betcha, you bet. We just got back from Mesquite. We was down there with our family, me and my wife down there with some other couples, riding our side-by-sides, and went out towards the Grand Canyon and the 3 corners, not the 4 corners, but the
3
3 corners, Arizona, Nevada, and Utah. Put about 350 miles on our side-by-sides, and enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. And I don't think there's nothing better than camping because you get to be with your families.
Yeah.
That's
families.
incredible.
It's great.
It's funny because not a lot of people like to share their hunting spots. Have you ever been up to Front Mountain?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
It's not the Front Mountain, it's Mount Flamette. because there was a guy that his wife was named Florence, and there was another guy named Lynette. I don't know what year, a long time ago, and they named it Mount Flynette.
Yep.
That's the name of it.
Okay.
But on the Google map,
Yeah.
I think it's Spanish Fork Peak.
Yeah,
But
Google Maps, it says Spanish Fork Peak, so
Well,
Springville,
let's keep it
eat
that
your heart
way
out.
so the Springville folks don't know where we're going.
Well, I'm
That's where Steve goes.
Yeah.
yeah, me and Gary Beckstrom have went up there and dug a place out, and we've been up there for about 35 years, every year on the opening of the deer hunt. It's a little steep and rugged, but it's really, really neat, real neat up there.
You have to be a manly man to go up on that mountain and stay, especially sometimes. I've heard some stories.
You got to have a
I've
horse
heard
as
some-
manly as
Yeah, and
Steve's
I've heard-
horse
I've
to
heard
get
some
up to
stories.
Sterling Hall, because that's a tough ride.
Yeah.
So, but your horse has done some all kinds of different rides, including city council meeting once.
I was there.
You were there, Brandon. I
Was you there, Brandon?
I was there. Chief Adams tried to taser your horse.
So therefore,
nervous.
Cade got the idea from Steve.
Yep, earlier on in the show, we talked to Cade Swenson about bringing in a horse into Spanish Fork High School. Did you know he did that?
No, I didn't.
Yep.
He did.
This young
Hey,
man's-
congratulations.
And he didn't
That's
have to
good.
unplug the electrical cord when he got up on stage with it.
Didn't have to put the quarter in. That's the only horse I
didn't
ride.
run
is
out of
you have to
quarters.
put a quarter in it.
It was
I
the real deal.
get some looks when I'm at Walmart riding that horse. I get dressed up like Steve and everything when I go.
Yeah.
Hey, but before we, I want to hear one of your best hunting stories.
Well, we were just up there a while ago. We usually go up on the first weekend and take the kids up there and kind of let them do it. And then we went up there, I think it was 2 years ago, and it was with Waylon. There was me and Gary Beckstrom and Waylon Beckstrom, and we went clear around to the peak, right below the peak, but the clouds were in there and you couldn't see anything, and the clouds would open up and there'd be deer, and then they'd come back in, and it was really, really weird. And we'd sat there and we had our guns ready, and then the deer wouldn't be there and come back, but they opened up just enough, and Waylon got a real nice deer there, and then we had to drag it clear down the camp and that. But it's been some great things. Me and Gary Beckstrom, I think the only people that I know of, have rode our horses straight up that mountain. There's one place that you can do it. We went up it and come down off of it, but I don't know if I could do it anymore.
True cowboy.
My oldest daughter is a senior at Spanish Fork, and she's dating Gary's grandson, just in order for us to be able to find out information like this. To find out the secret hunting spots and be able to...
How to get up the front.
This stuff doesn't
Mount
come
Flynette.
easy. Now, one last question. Were you born bow-legged? No. Yes? No.
No,
Okay, no.
it come later.
Okay.
Hey, well, Steve, thanks for being here with us. We're almost done, so stay with us a few more minutes. Hey, I know you can do it, so stick around. We'll be back.
All right, guys, so what did we learn today?
What did we learn? I mean, I've got the memory of a rhino, so I mean, I can remember about everything we learned. I don't. I learned I was hungry.
Yeah.
You guys hungry?
Let's get them
Cowboy donuts.
Look at that.
Wow. You know what you can do? I told you earlier, but mayonnaise fill these donuts.
Okay.
Hand them out to all your customers.
Yeah.
The whole month of April.
I wish I'd have asked Goose what his favorite donut was. I wonder if it's a if it's a Long John or if it's a
Travis.
Hey.
Is it a cinnamon bun or an apple fritter? I wish he was here. He could come up and just still get one.
Do you think the ladies have this on their show?
No way.
No way. Chris, I can tell you right now, Stacy, your husband Chris, he's going to watch our show more than yours.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Who isn't?
Yeah.
I mean, really.
The girls, they fill their cups with water, right? And they're drinking water during the show.
sipping their water.
Clearly, Rocky Balboa, you know what I mean? He always drinks an egg in the morning,
Yep.
just because he's strong.
And we're gonna-
you know what I mean?
What do you mean, Brandon? I haven't left.
Goose,
Hey.
welcome back.
And my favorite is just a regular glazed donut.
Regular
Hey.
glaze, right there. That one's
You're a
the same.
manly man. You'll have a
Eat
have
a raw egg?
Like Rocky Balboa. You wake up every morning and
How
have
you
an
feeling
egg,
there,
don't you,
Brandon?
Goose?
I'm feeling good. Watch this. You get a zoom in on that?
Oh wow.
You don't get mussels like that. Plain glazed?
Yeah.
Goose, you go for it. There's apples in the fritter one, which is a fruit. But I'm an old-fashioned kind of guy.
Well, I can ask you
I'm more
one
of a
thing.
sugar donut type thing.
I had a guy up at Weber State when I was up there. Good-looking guy. He had this beard. And one day it was gone. I says, Mark, where did the beard go? He says, it went down the drain. And I said, why? And he said, well, you heard the old adage, you don't want to hide the Mona Lisa behind a curtain, do you? Brandon?
Goose is teasing me about my beard. Well, guess what? Today we've got some beard oils and some beard creams.
And summer beards, you know.
Yeah.
Some here, some there, you know. I mean, that's the best I can do.
Goose is telling me that I'm hiding the Mona Lisa.
There you go.
How about that? Never
Yeah.
heard that before, but I like it.
I'll bet your wife begs to differ on that one.
You're exactly right.
Well.
You're exactly right. So what did we learn today?
We learned that this bacon's been looking at us all show. Why didn't we bring a barbecue?
Well, I got one in my truck.
Yep.
Well, that's for another show. Tailgating.
That should go on top of the donut is what that should do.
Yep. These girls are gonna show up at the set and there's crumbs all over.
Oh, yeah.
Cleaning crew hasn't been here.
A new well cup.
There's a well cup here.
We're gonna have
raw
greasy
eggs.
bacon fingerprints all over this nice glass table.
There is
Hey, you know,
belly
we
button lint all over the place.
Yeah, where is your belly button lint? You did bring a bag
I
of that.
got a bag that's almost the size of a 50-pound bag of chicken scratch from IFA, full of belly button lint that I've been saving since 1981.
Wow.
But we'll save that for our next episode, because clearly, boys, guess what? We're taking this show over.
Yeah.
There's no way that people are going to want to watch the
no.
ladies anymore.
Hey, and
Am I right?
That's right.
If you want to see us again, the number to call to the city will be under your screen right now.
Yeah.
Make sure you call.
But wait, we'll double your order if you call within the next 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Operators are standing by.
And you can
Guaranteed.
get a box of donuts just for the purchase price of the box of donuts.
Yeah.
Right? Go to Cowboy Donuts now.
Absolutely. Very good. Very
Brandon's
good.
getting up
Hey.
at 5 o'clock in the morning tomorrow to cook them up for you. Special batch.
Sleeping in. I'm sleeping in. Have a happy April Fool's Day. Now get back to work.
Get back to work.
Oh, come on.